Good morning, everybody. It's the 16th of September. We are Signal Centre Talking Bull. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Ian Coleman and Steve O'Hare. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are we?
All right.
Excellent.
Ian's on mute.
Oh, good.
I'm all good, thank
Excellent
you. Bit
news.
bored waiting for FOMC, but
It's been one of those starts to the week, isn't it? It has been really dull.
extremely.
I know we've got a load of news out today on the calendar. It's pretty stacked, but there's probably nothing going to happen until that FOMC meeting at 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the it's not forward guidance, is it? Well, yeah, it is forward guidance, isn't it? I mean, FX Street never used to highlight. So you've got economic projections. That's the new one that they're starting to highlight. It was just the interest rate decision in the statement before, or press conference, but now everybody's talking about economic projections. I think that's what's going to be listened to aggressively.
Yes, so the press conference for that starts at 7:30. So we've got obviously the interest rate decision at 7, and then all those will be on the conference at 7:30.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for that, has there been anything in the news over the last 24 hours or so that has caught your guys' attention?
Nope.
Is this a quiz?
Yeah. Have you not got your? Have you not come prepared?
No, I didn't realise we were going to be quizzed about everything.
No cursory
No,
glances
not
at
really.
the news. No.
Nothing really. All a load of rubbish, really.
Yep. More Brexit waffle ongoing. Boris holding talks with rebels in the UK Conservative Party in an attempt to win their backing for his controversial law rewriting part of the Brexit deal that he struck with the European Union last year. This was his oven-ready deal that he said should be good to go, but he's making some last-minute changes, and it's upsetting a lot of people by the sounds of things.
Yeah, I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, isn't it?
Quite possibly, yeah. Elsewhere, obviously, the race for the coronavirus vaccine is approaching a key milestone, according to our reports this morning, with the first results from broad trials of shots developed by researchers in the US, Europe, and China expected in the coming weeks. So we'll continue to monitor developments there. I haven't seen anything on the coronavirus numbers over the last 24 hours. Were they much the same as we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks?
I don't really look at them anymore, to be honest, Joe.
It's boring, isn't it?
It is. I think it all goes back to, the amount of testing that's going on now. So if we're seeing sort of like the infection rates the same as what they were when we first sort of like started, then we're probably well below the actual number from when we first started. So although it's a second spike, it's probably the spike is in the infection rates, but there's a lot more testing going on. So
but you can't get tested. It's horrendous. People are driving miles to get tested. A friend's daughter, she's got some symptoms. There was about 3 or 4 walk-in centres or places that you didn't have to make appointments in Sheffield. They're now all appointment only. They're absolutely rammed, these places, and they're saying that there's trouble with the NHS because people are getting symptoms that work for the NHS. It's taking 80 odd hours to get the results through, so they're having to self-isolate, not work, and it's a double whammy effect. It's ridiculous.
How did you get that
track and
test?
trace app.
Sorry, mate.
You two have both been tested. How did you get your tests?
I walked in, told them I'd been sent by a doctor.
I think we ordered ours online, and they came.
Did you have to pay for them?
No.
So you can if people want to be tested, they order them online, then, can't they?
Yeah, but I think people are stressing the system because they're getting tested even though they've got no symptoms.
Oh, right, I see.
But you go onto the website to register your test, it keeps chucking you out anyway because it can't bloody handle the traffic.
Well, maybe it can handle the traffic, but it just doesn't want to. Computer says no.
Yeah, it could be a case of that.
It's messy.
Yeah, so anything on the charts then that's standing out?
It's still going on about the dollar, but
Morning.
What was that?
Oh, it's the dog.
The dog and the daughter.
I thought you were looking at my nice pink shirt.
No, No, just the dollar index, bored of it now, really. Just this period of consolidation. So we had this 261.8% fib level. Is it like Groundhog Day? Did I mention this yesterday? And
Probably.
then we
No,
just
I didn't really
I
listen.
switched off.
yeah, just wondering whether or not we'll get a spike, because in normal trading conditions, this is a 4-hour chart. I doubt we'll get down to here before FOMC. So I wonder if we might get a little spike and then a rally up, maybe at the press conference. But all these measured moves to try and get, I mean, we've mentioned this before as well, to try and get in around these sort of support levels, these right shoulders, offers really good risk reward, because you've got a measured move target all the way up here. This is the dollar index. So measured move target's about 95.60. And just looking at that, sort of basically reverse for everything, really. Dollar Swiss. And dollar Swiss, this is what, 4 or 5 days of nothing, basically. Aussie dollar, I think it's a little wedge. If you can get up to here, I'd like to have a go at it, because that's one of our bespoke resistance levels, 73.88, and it's also a 88.6% fib. But again, I don't think you're going to get it. And that was Aussie dollar. Dollar CAD, again, not really hit some decent support, but you got 50% here. 61.8 would be prime. And then New Zealand dollar, so basically covering all the. Oof, look at that. That looks like,
you can't have that colour. You've got to change the
Why
colour.
not?
That is just like hurts your eyes straight away. It looks like a really serious cat.
I think you want to lay off the drugs, mate. 78.6% fib here, previous swing high, possible wedge, bomb. So I think dollar up, US dollar up, but you could see a spike in it first. And I've got nothing really in the crosses. It's all a bit crap.
Yeah, well, I'll have a look at a few bits as well. This is gold. We've been talking about this triangle pattern for what feels like weeks. Possibly a bit of a channel forming there. It needs to break up above this resistance here at 1972. That's the swing high from yesterday. But then we saw some selling off. Until it breaks this triangle, it's just a case of more sideways chop. Obviously, a lot will be dependent on what happens with the US dollar with regards to that. With regards to indices, this is the FTSE 100. We've seen a reasonable push higher within this short-term bullish channel. A little bit of a push higher yesterday, but again sold off. Some evidence of a bit of buying this morning, but fizzling out. Doji forming there over the last hour. Again, more sideways, probably expected. On the CAC, we've got this triangle pattern. Had a little bit of a look above it yesterday, but sold off and remained trapped within it. So again, more sideways. It's a recurring theme, it would seem. And this is the DAX, just more sideways. So really not much to talk about from a technical perspective at the minute. It feels like we're all waiting for some sort of catalyst to sort of send the market in a particular direction. Anything you've noticed, Steve? You need to show your charts if you want to show us.
You don't want to today.
No, I don't blame you.
Well, no, it just sounds like there's nothing going on. So
No, there isn't.
Any point? Well, I mean, being a sort of like expert technical analyst, I'm sure I can find a few things. So maybe that's where you two struggled. Anyway, this 4-hour chart. This is China. I'll trade idea from last night. Seems to be working well. Looking to sell a rally up here. Obviously, the congestion area. This downward trend line broken. Poked its head above, but decision time now. Will it resume below there? The Aussie 200 looked a little bit perkier this morning. So it was outperforming the Nikkei and China, but it has had a reversal in the last few hours. In fact, the last hour it's posted a shooting star candle there. That's a really short-term reversal in ASX. Yeah, the US just seems to sort of like be holding in. So maybe you look across, the opportunities may be just sort of like cross asset, really, cross geographical indices, there's a little bit of an opportunity there. The FTSE seems to be holding in okay, nice little uptrend here. Obviously, we still got this on the 4-hour chart. We've got this inverse head and shoulders formation, which seems to be performing quite well. The measure move target 62.12. Obviously, if we get some decent dollar strength, that'll go towards there. Dow Jones a little bit. Well, I mean, you've still got the sort of potential bottom formation forming here, but we need to see probably a clear break of 28,435 before we attempt to venture up. But yeah, all a bit boring.
Joe looks really confused.
No, I'm just trying to find a trade idea. I think I found it now, but let's have a quick look at gun to the head stuff, shall we, from yesterday?
I shouldn't have given you all that information. Now you're definitely going to find it now, aren't you?
I have, yeah. Thank you for that. It lined me up nicely. Okay, 3 wins yesterday. Twice in a row we've had that now. But because of the lack of volatility and follow through in any markets, it was pretty small wins. 1.28 R between us all. Steve, you led the charge yesterday with a 0.8 R win on copper, followed by Ian with a 0.31 R win on sterling Swiss, and I had sterling New Zealand, which was actually a buy, and that was a 0.16 R win. So all in all, we made a profit, which is good.
I'm going in the right direction.
Indeed. So nice little tick up there in the P&L over the last 2 days. But
we haven't seen that, Joe. You've been sharing my chart by the looks of things.
Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, nice little tick up. Steve, as I say, you led the charge yesterday with that 0.8 R win on copper.
Oh, nice.
So I've got a trade lined up.
Oh, go on then.
No, look.
But if you want to have a go, you're more than welcome.
No, go ahead.
It's Euro Swiss. Generally not the most impressive pair from a volatility perspective, but I'm going to buy it today just because I've highlighted this tiny little range here, which we seem to be finding some support around about this 78.6 level, which we've done on numerous occasions before, posting a decent looking hammer candle over the last hour, just about to start the new hour there with the turn of 9 o'clock. I'm going to buy that now at 107.58. Target moves to the top of the channel, top of the range at 0787 with a nice tight stop of 0748. So 3R potentially on that one.
Good luck. I like that one.
Okay, who's next?
I'm ready.
Go on in.
There you go.
I'm just playing that dollar, or hopefully playing the dollar. So I'm going to go for dollar Swiss because it's the one that I think is more favourable at current levels. And it'll stop under there. Long at 90.70, stop at 90.35, which is underneath this 78.6% fib. Won't get there today, I'm sure, but target of 94.12, which is 9.95 R.
Ooh. Okay, Stevie.
I'm going to stick with our China 50 call. But I'm going to be quite aggressive with it because we're already short. Right, where's it trading now? 15,390. I'm going to have a really tight stop. I mean, you can see actually the Ichimoku cloud in here on this 4-hour chart hit the top of the Ichimoku cloud. But I'm going to be very aggressive with the stop. How about that? What you do, E? How much was yours?
For a 9R.
9R. 9.95 actually.
You need to hope for some fireworks at the FOMC.
Right, I'll give you a 9R. That's a 10R, baby. 10 to 1 shot. Selling at 15,390. Stop at 15,440. And targeting 14,890. China's having it. Not. Good luck. Need a lot of luck for that to come in.
So aside from the FOMC, we've got some retail sales out from the US at 1:30. We've got consumer price index in Canada at 1:30 as well. Overnight, we have some Australian and Kiwi numbers, and also we've got a Bank of Japan monetary policy statement, which will be out overnight, 4 o'clock UK time, 4 a.m. So we could be about to. This could be the catalyst potentially to start getting some action in prices. We hope.
Let's hope so.
Yes. So other than that, not much more else we can talk about charts, I don't think, because there's just not enough going on. So I think we should wrap it up there and revisit tomorrow.
Indeedy.
Yeah. Lovely.
Cool. Well, have a
All
great
right.
day, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye.